Welcome to another episode of It's Debatable NFL edition. I'm your host, Justin Jones, here with co host Sebastian. Please make sure before we start to go on YouTube and check out our previous videos that are out right now. If y'all want to hear about how we felt about those matchups on Sunday, go watch that. If you want to hear our NBA predictions for tonight, definitely go watch that. Make sure y'all tap in, man. But we are talking the aftermath of what happened last night within the NFL. We did have a doubleheader, starting off with the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up. Well, and after that, it was the Houston Texans going up against the Seattle Seahawks. Two interesting matchups. Four teams all trying to fight for position in their respective conferences. Let's just start off with the first game. Tampa Bay and Detroit. They got Mike Evans back, only to lose him again. Prayers up for him. It looked like a nasty play right there, just when he went down and just really wasn't able to move after that. I was really worried for him, but thank God he was able to finally stand on his own 2 feet, and he was, helped off the field. Turned out to be believe a broken collarbone. If I'm wrong, let us know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure that's the report that I read. So prayers up for Mike Evans. Them losing him, they just didn't have that type of offensive firepower that we've seen in the first couple of games of the season. Credit to the Lions defense, just making it as hard for Baker Mayfield as they could. And I feel they did that to the best of their ability. And, they was able to win that matchup. But my question to you is, what do you feel is the biggest takeaway from that matchup?
The biggest takeaway from this matchup is that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are banged up going into this game. They really have much option. Emeka Buka coming back and Mike Evans coming back. You think it's a sign of all right, good things are here to come. But here you go again, Mike Evans. As soon as he comes back, now he leaves with a season-ending injury within his collarbone, I believe, and a concussion on the field. So like you said, prayers up to Mike Evans, somebody that was on my fantasy that I was looking forward to having come back. Just to see him go out in that matter, somebody who was had an 11-year streak of a thousand receiving yards every year, and that gets cut short just off the strength of that. It's pretty tough. Then I look at it, Emeka Buka wasn't looking all too well on the field too as well too. Looks a little maybe hobbled up still. So this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team is dealing with a lot of injuries. A team that got off to a hot start right now is seeing a little bit of regression due to injuries. You still got guys like Bucky Irving that's still out too as well. So it takes a lot for them to just get back into maybe just getting back into playing well without having the acclamation of Mike Evans and Bucky Irving is going to be a tough task for them to ask. Right now they're in a position around they're 5-2 right now. So they kind of had a little bit of leeway, but not too much leeway because at the end of the day, your season can turn just like that. So I take that into effect. I'm looking at guys that stepped up last night, and a Tez Johnson, who's now a wide receiver too, who was doing his thing out there. Somebody that was a sneaky pickup for them. Somebody that's a deep route runner too as well, can catch a long ball, all types of stuff. But for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, more so going further with this season, they're just gonna have to get used to this playing without certain players because at any given night, you don't know who's gonna go down for them offensively as well. So guys like Tez Johnson, Emeka Buka, Rashard White, who's done a good job of stepping up while Bucky Irvin has been out. He's going to have to do a little bit more. Guys like Kate and Sterling Shepard, everybody's just going to have to do a little bit more because you lose a guy like Mike Evans, it definitely hurts your team as well. When you still have guys like Chris Godwin, who God knows when he's going to play on the wordplay on that, God knows when he's going to play. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot. So like I said, you never want to see this in football. Football is 100% guaranteed injury at any given point when you step onto that field. But for the Buccaneers, man, I just hope that they can still find ways to win games, though, because this is still an exciting team to watch.
Yeah. How many points did the Buccaneers score last night?
I assume it's only 9. I think the score was 24-9.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the number was 9. I just wanted that to be fact checked. That's not their identity. The Buccaneers aren't gonna beat these NFL teams, especially a team like the Detroit Lions, with 9 points. That's just not gonna get the job done. The Detroit Lions is one of the best offensive teams in the NFL, and they have a pretty decent defense. So this was just a bad matchup for the Buccaneers, especially once Mike Evans went down. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at their best when they have all their offensive weapons, because that's when you're gonna get the best version of said Baker Mayfield, right? If he doesn't have the Mike Evans of the world, then Emeka's hobbles, and now you're just relying on Rashad and Tez Johnson. That's not the Buccaneers team. This is not the Buccaneers team that we've seen through the first 4 weeks. And until they get their pieces back, there's a lot of teams that are better than them. Period. Right? The Chiefs are better than them. The Lions are better than them. Green Bay's better than them. You could just name a whole pantheon of teams. So Baker Mayfield, he for them to win these type of matchups, he's gonna have to be extraordinary. And on that case, he didn't play that well last night. Right now, credit to once again Detroit's defense, but these are the type of games and moments where you make your name, you make your career, right? That Hall of Fame career that Baker Mayfield, I believe in his mind, thinks he could end up having when it's all said and done. In these moments when some of your star guys aren't either playing or at 100%, this is when you need your quarterback to have those Superman type performances. He didn't have that last night, and the Buccaneers lost that matchup.
Yeah, fair enough. I just think that more so for them, it's about just going forward now. You know what's in front of you now. You know Mike Evans is not coming back. You know that Emeka Buka's hobbled. You just know all of this. So where do you go from here? Is it more of Baker Mayfield trying to get like an integrate a Josh Allen type of Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson thing? So right now you might have to run a little bit more just to even get your chance at team, just get your team a chance just to get down in the end zone a little bit more. Because we know Baker Mayfield, he's an arm slinger. He's going to get guys involved. He runs when it has to. But I think now he might have to ingratiate more of a run game into this offense too, just to get them a little leeway, which is
But
not happening.
Is Baker a dual threat quarterback like that? I don't think he got those type of legs on him. Like, I don't. I mean, he could do it once in a while, but when you spoke of those names you just said, he's not on that type of level.
I mean, not, but I mean, you can be. I think it's just a matter of will he? Because at the end of the day, we're not asking you to run for like 40, 50. Like we leave that to guys that are like Mahomes and Lamar and Josh Allen. We ask you, feel me? The most I would say I would ask is if you're gonna run and you see a possibility of a first down or even getting close to a first down, you go for it. You go for it. I don't think it's a decision now to where if I don't have nobody open, I just throw it out. You go for it. I think it's more so that's a part of his game now. He might have to, be a look, put the Jets on, bro. It's only right.
Yeah, but you have no that I just that's not him. I'm not expecting that out of him, and you have no run game right now with Buggy Irving just not right. He's not in the lineup. Your top offensive options are not either there or at 100%. What do we really expect out of this Buccaneers team? We could try to now change him into a different type of quarterback. Is that now going to win these games against these elite teams? I just think the Buccaneers, if you want to just rip the band-aid off, they're fucked.
I wouldn't
If
necessarily.
we knew a team for what they are and you take everything away, you asking them now in the middle of the season to change on the fly, I don't trust that. We can try to sugarcoat it and make it sound as nice as possible. I think Tampa Bay is fucked.
I mean, they're fucked only because of injury. But if others step up, like Tez Johnson,
But
who
he's decent. He's not a bad dude,
I
but
don't know that yet.
but he's not that on that. He's not on a Mike Evans type of level.
We don't know what he's capable of yet. This is his real first test for these past two games, and he's scored twice. So I'm just saying, if we just gotta wait and see what it capable. We don't know. We didn't know Emeka Buka was going to be a
They
wide.
scored 9 points.
Yes, and that's just getting ingratiated with just losing Mike Evans. They had a whole plan scheme on what it was going to run out there. It didn't work. Emeka Buka was still hobbled. So now is you get a chance to go into this week and see what you're capable of now. It's more so of just adjusting. I wouldn't
Who
necessarily
do
say,
they play next?
I'll tell you right now, they played the Saints.
Okay, so the Saints are just so bad that they probably might win that game. But when you play a team on the level of Detroit, this is what's gonna happen unless he has his pieces. Period.
Yeah, fair enough. But I just think that we should just not say fucked just yet. Bucky Irvins could still come back at any given point in time for the season. We just gotta wait and see. I don't want to throw out. I just don't want to dismiss a team. Feel me? Because a lot of teams deal with injuries, and it's part of the game. Though I want to see how you respond. Now that's the most important thing to me about this team. I want to see if they can respond. If others can step up. So I'm not going to be quick to just pull the band-aid
All
off.
right, but we were seeing. I'm saying fucked as in their title aspirations, not to make it through the regular season. What whoop de do if you do? They're not gonna win the Super Bowl unless they have those high powered offensive weapons.
Fair enough, fair enough. But hey, just getting in there, anybody's bowl game. All you gotta do is win one game.
They're not gonna, but they're not. If they don't have these people, you're gonna see what you seen last night.
Yeah, I mean the only people they're missing is Chris Godwin, who's not ruled out for the season. They
And
really
Mike
missing that.
Evans. Mike Evans is their most consistent receiver.
Yeah, but he had to take a backseat for Emeka Buka. Now it's your time to shine, kid. Now it's your time to shine.
So the rookie receiver.
Yeah, it's his time to shine. Jamar Chase went to a Super Bowl in his rookie year.
That okay, but who is his quarterback?
Joe Burrow.
And Joe Burrow is Baker Mayfield level of Joe Burrow.
Yes. Let's not do that, bro. Let's not do that.
What did you just say?
Baker Mayfield's on the level of Joe Burrow. Stop me if I'm wrong, man.
Seb, what the fuck are you talking about right now? Are you
Baker.
serious right now?
Yo, I'm dead
This
ass
is the
wrong.
dude. No, you're trolling, right? This is the dude that people said is the only one that can even match up with Patrick Mahomes. Now he's on the same level as Baker Mayfield.
Somebody show me what Joe Burrow has done
No,
these
no,
past.
no. I'm at, is that not true? What I just said.
No, yeah, yeah, 100%. That's what she
So
said.
you're saying he's on that level. So he's on level with Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, he's up there in the MVP. Hey,
Oh my! But you know what, sir? I'm done with you, bro. We
hey,
got one more. If you're just gonna say it and not say something like that, what you about to get shot? Why you have your hands up like that? Like
hey,
you got
hey,
six
bro.
cops in front of you, bro.
Bro,
You
don't shoot the
you
messenger.
just said an asinine statement, bro. Baker Mayfield on level of Joe Burrow.
Is Joe Burrow that
I'm
elite?
taking Joe Burrow with his fucking turf toe.
Is Joe Burrow that elite anymore? Is the guy Joe Burrow
What are
that
you
we
talking?
the guy Joe Burrow that we once knew? Is he the same Joe
Go
Burrow?
to break.
Is he the
Go to
same
break.
tackle?
Like.
Is he the same Joe Burrow that we seen went to the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna take your football card away. Don't say stuff like that. What are you talking?
I'm just asking. Is he the same guy?
Yes,
We
he's that guy.
seen him. I mean, he had a hell of a
We
year.
done seen him at the end of the regular season drag that team damn near into the playoffs with no fucking defense.
But all right, we're about to watch Baker Mayfield do the same.
No, I seen last night. It wasn't the same.
Yo, listen,
It wasn't the same. He started barking on the ref. I never seen Baker face get that red. Listen, brother. Let us know in the comments. Is Baker Mayfield on this? Is he sitting at the same table as Joe Burrow?
you might be
He's
headed.
smirking right now, y'all, laying back because he know he said some bullshit. But we're gonna let him live with his lie. Moving on to the next matchup of the night, the one I had my eyes on was the Houston Texans going up against the Seattle Seahawks. See, I don't know, and I know I wasn't the only one. I heard a lot of NFL reporters who know the game way more than me just say the same thing, and it was what was the identity of the Houston Texans, and we still don't know. CJ Stroud is. I don't want to say that. he's washed, or now he's a bust or anything like that. I still believe what he has shown us in his short career. He's not as bad as he looks right now, but the team just looks bad. Nico Collins don't look good. He's dropping passes that's literally in his stomach. The ball was so damn near in his stomach, the nigga looked pregnant, and he's still dropping the ball. Nick Chubb, he's too chubby. Like he's not getting in the end zone. The defense don't look good. They had Sam Darnold looking like Tom Brady last night. I'm disgusted with the Houston Texans. I don't know what's going on with the coaching staff. CJ Stroud seems too calm. I, I'm just disgusted, Seb. I'm not sure what to say with the Houston Texans right now.
Um, I don't know what to tell you. Right now, this is a team that's just completely banged up. Guys like Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, Joe Mixon has not even. They can't even diagnose when Joe Mixon might come out. Joe Mixon might as well just retire. That's the start. That so you got Nick Chubb's, Woody Marks. Your two running back duels that you don't know who's running back one and who's running back two at this point.
Trash.
The offense is stagnant. When I watch the Houston Texans, CJ Stroud spends a lot of time in the pocket to where he doesn't even know who the fuck to throw it to. I'm looking at it. He got sacked maybe 3 times. The online can't hold up. Like everything I'm watching on the fly is just it's suffocating to watch, bro. It's like the Houston Texans, you know what type of team they are when healthy. But at the same time, it's just like health has been an issue for them, and it's shown in this season. Right now, I'm looking at it like there's no direction for this team. If we're gonna be honest, too. I mean, the defense holds up. It's a solid defense, but when they get the ball back on offense, it's a quick 3 and out, man. Might as well kick the ball right on. Might as well not even go for it on fourth. That's how the offense has looked thus far this season too. Every time I see them going against a team, the defense just looks 10 times better. Seattle's defense was so suffocated last night, you would have thought they was in fucking jail. I'm talking about none of the receivers could get their shit off correctly. They were just being hawked left and right. They were hitting the gaps. They're sacking. Seattle's defense, top of the line too. That's what I took away from the Houston Texans side of things. It's just the offense is just poorly run. Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, and Joe Mixon being hurt, it just takes away from anything that you got going on. This is a team like maybe a year ago was just doing a thing. Like filming, they had all the offensive pieces that they needed. They was hitting their stride, and then injuries came, and then they have never recovered from that. So now it takes a toll on CJ Stroud as well, to where you look at him and just like, yo, I thought you were supposed to be nice. In reality, is he's suffering based on the injuries and just not being able to have a go-to guy. So I'm looking at it as like that. For the Seahawks side of things, they're hitting their stride right now, I believe. Sam Darnold got a hell of a receiver in Jackson Smith and Jigma. They have a great connection over there. Jackson Smith, this is his coming out party for an offensive wide receiver. And I just like what I seen from that end too. They have a good team thus far. When you got guys like Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker splitting touches, Charbonnet being that running back too, but can play like a running back one on every given night due to Kenneth Walker's regression. It makes for a good offense. Missing a couple guys, Cooper Cup, you know, on the backside of his career though, but can still give you some veteran presence. I just don't like how he threw a fucking pick. Nigga, you're not a quarterback. I don't ever want to see I run that play again. Cooper Cup, I don't ever want to see you run a fucking play like that again, man. Whoever, yo, don't ever throw the ball again, bro. You probably can, but don't do that shit again. But yeah, you have that as a wide receiver too. Yeah, so this team right now, they're hitting their strides. I want to see how well they continue to go for the season. Sam Darnold is just one of those guys that, having a renaissance of a career, man.
So let's stop right there. Is Sam Darnold good, or is he in the right system?
I think he's good. Sam Darnold is good. I'm not going to take away from that because he's making whatever works. Last year, they were saying, oh, you have Justin Jefferson, and this is why it is that in the third he's looking good. He has Jackson Smith and Jigma. It's like, is the receivers good or does he's making them look good as well? And he's finding them. He's dotting. Justin Jefferson still wishes he had fucking Sam Darnold on that team because the way that he's dotting Jackson Smith is a match made in heaven. I'll say that when Darnold came here, that's a major upgrade from when they had Geno Smith. They have a guy that can, really throw the shit out the ball, make these timely reads, knows what he's doing out there. I look at Sam Darnold. He looks very composed out there. He actually likes the system that they're running. Shout out to the Seahawks, and there's them like it's a match made in heaven right now for them too. Right now, I say he's good. I can't take that. I can't take nothing away from him.
Yeah, I was just asking. I think he's decent. We can't forget how he ended the season last season, to where he wet the bed. That doesn't just get erased because now you're playing well at the beginning of the season with the Seahawks. Um, but he is doing his job. He's clocking in. He's completing all of his tasks, and he's clocking out. Right, so I can't be mad at that. Shout out to him. He's bought into the system. I like the head coach over there. He always comes with a great game plan. That's what I was expecting in this matchup, and I wanted to see how the Houston Texans was going to respond to that. And they completely failed the test. They didn't study. They was up the night before partying, getting drunk in the club, coming into the game, probably in practice, throwing up on the sidelines, and it was just nasty, bro. They found one of those strip clubs in Seattle, and it got nasty, brother. So I'm disgusted once again with the Houston Texans. The Seattle Seahawks are gonna be a great regular season team. I think that there's a couple teams they could meet in the playoffs that would really give them a problem. But to each his own. Great run system, great coach, quarterback who's bought in. Jackson Smith, nigga, however the hell you pronounce his name, he's very very good. I've had my eye on him this season. Last season, I always heard about him and never really got to sat down and watch. After what I just seen a couple games this season, he is one of those better presence on the offensive end, just in the entire NFL. Still young in his career. I like the trajectory that he is going on. Um, at the end of the day, two interesting games, two interesting matchups. My last question to you is: which team's win was you more impressed by? Was it the Seahawks or was it
Was it the Lions?
the Lions? My fault.
I say the Seahawks. More so the fact that the Buccaneers came in banged up. This was a given game. This was supposed to be a bounce back game for the Detroit Lions. They handled business that they were supposed to. Jameer Gibbs went off crazy once again. What was it, 200 rushing yards? Was doing this thing out there. But collectively, I say the Seahawks. It wasn't just a one man show. It was a team on both offense and defense too. So I think that win for the Seahawks is just them hitting their stride within the season. These are games that you're supposed to knock off and just handle your business. And they came in and exactly did that. They didn't really give Houston a chance with any type of hope. They didn't make it a close game for the most part until the end where they scored, where it didn't really even matter though. But other than that, though, that was a good performance from the Seahawks, in my opinion.
I'm just gonna say the Detroit Lions. I feel like the Seahawks were favored for a reason. I just think they're a much better right now, well put together team. So them beating the Houston Texans wasn't mind blowing to me. I wasn't really shocked, and I wasn't shocked on the other end that the Lions beat the that they beat the Buccaneers. But to your point, them coming off that, sort of ass whooping they took by the Kansas City Chiefs, I did also want to see how would they respond to that. And they were ready. Jamar Gibbs had a great game. I believe had the longest, what was it, run and play in NFL history,
I believe so.
right? For 70 yards. So he was locked in after last week. I don't think he got a touchdown, right?
I don't think you scored last week.
Yeah, so definitely bounced back and had one of those games. David Montgomery did his thing. Amar St. Brown almost 100 receiving yards. He was definitely doing his thing. Jared Goff just finding the open man. Campbell up top, just just running, those plays and going for it when he feels he needs to. Yeah, I would just say Detroit. I was just a little bit more impressed with. Anything else you gotta get off your chest, sir?
Let's see. No, that's really about it.
All right, so that's gonna do it. This was sort of a short episode, only two games last night. We just wanted to give y'all a recap and our thoughts on those two matchups. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please make sure to go on YouTube, type in "It's Debatable." You're gonna see two black niggas. Click on the video, watch, like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at It's Debatable double underscore. Follow me at Justin Jones on Facebook for details and developments. We'll be back Thursday for that Thursday night matchup. I think the Chargers versus
The
the
Vikings.
the Vikings. Kind of a nasty game, but let's see if the Chargers could do something right. We out.